people. We may be the only black people here, but I don't know these people.
But we ain't doing it. Nah, but that's how it is, man. But how was your week so far? Besides the craziness on your job, but
yeah, all in all, it's been okay. Just I can hear me.
Yeah, I hear myself.
Just been keeping busy, working, applying for some new jobs because we were looking for a grant writer, and after I sent out a post, they've been sending me invitations.
There we go.
So you know what I'm saying? How's your week been?
Same here. Talking to the grant writers.
Yep.
Trying to get all these other stuff going. But high anxiety. I don't know why. I'm trying to find out what's the trigger.
It's the heat and knowing that the crazies are coming out.
Probably, So, but other than that, everything else has been okay. Grabbing to this weird world, backwards world that we're living in.
Kids are out of school.
Yeah. So it's like,
I kind of like the buses just a little less empty.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A little less.
But now the trains are getting a little more full because now they're going to the parks. And
I'm okay with the trains being full. Although I miss COVID trains more than anything. Yeah. You had like everybody spaced out, your own seat. Anybody tries to sit next to you, the whole train car is like, get out.
That's so true. Wait, I don't hear no voice. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on a delay.
Yeah, it was on delay. All right, but we're gonna get some word on the street out here. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about, but
it's summertime. The streets talking.
The streets are talking. Here it is. This is the word on the street. But anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. You ever had a race or a competition and then you're pissed because you lost because you knew you lost it, not because
I ran track, so definitely.
Well, now that you're saying track, that's what we're going to talk about. I don't know what's in Sabira
Teferi?
Yeah. First place. Running. She was gone. No one next to her. She wiped off her face, looked up, the police turned. So she turned with them and went off track. Then realized they tried to come back on track, got third place.
Wow. Why did the police turn?
Because it was like 2 blocks or a block away from the finish line, so they're not going to go.
Man.
To me, and then the video, I was watching the video, there was the cop and behind her for the other racer,
right,
pulled over.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. You got to you know what? I can't even be mad at her because instinctively, first off, that's my security, right? And they're moving. I'm moving too. Now, if you know anything about track, keeping that that lane, that flow, breaking it slows you down, and when you're competing against other fast people, that's the difference. We're talking about races that end in tenths of a second, hundredths of a second.
But she was a good minute or so, I think it was, in front of them. There was no way they were going to catch her.
They shouldn't have.
And when she realized it, she turned back around. But when she got back into the lane, she was in the third place area.
And that happens. That happens just because you're literally taking yourself out of that zone. I don't know. A lot of people know about a runner's high, right? Sometimes, especially if you're doing long distance races, that is very important. The moment you break it, like when she wiped her face, she already started slowing down.
Yeah, because she figured I'm already to the finish line,
right?
And I guess she didn't she realized the finish line is there, but then when she opened her eyes and seen the cop, her instinct was follow the cop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it was a benefit thing because they said that she lost $7,000 worth of benefit.
Wow.
So who needs to really pay for to me, either the police officer.
Yeah, the cops for sure.
Or maybe just as a suggester, give it to her because she was going to win it.
Now, you know what? The police, one, for the tax break, but two, you messed her up. So give her, not her, but the organization. Like, fact of the matter is, regardless of the interference, the person who was in second and third, their butts kept running.
Yeah.
So they deserve their win. If she legitimately got third place because she messed up, it wasn't necessarily her fault as to why she made such an error. Right. But you didn't finish first, and you had to lead.
Yeah, she just had a blonde moment there because I think she realized she was making it because that's why she slowed down. She wiped her sweat. Right. She was like, I see the finish line.
Right.
But then when she looked up, when he turned, you could see her turn with the cop, and then realized that it was too late.
So that's definitely, the police should at least send the money to the organization that she was running for.
Right.
Hands down.
Something, yeah. And you know what it is more? The second place winner. I know you better not be bragging. Yeah, I won. Everybody seen the video. You did not win.
Yes, you did.
By luck. Well, by
officially. Hey, it was an act of God, a miracle. It was her destiny to win. You feel me?
I'll take it, right? She'll be like, I'll take it. I'm a winner.
And at the end of the day, she was close. She was close enough for that one momentary lapse. So it's not like she doesn't deserve any credit. It wasn't right. You know, this person
even if she would have fouled or something, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, she was there on her butt and able to catch up and take that lead. And, you know, that's why when you're not in the lead, you don't stop running until the finish line. I've seen so many people lose in the last few steps. So you always finish through, run through the finish line.
Yeah, try to do your best, but pay attention. I guess this the whole moral of this story was, you know, really pay attention. Yeah, you lost that focus for that one moment, and it cost you $7 grand. You know,
at the end of the day, it's always good to be like Edge, an opportunist.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it. You know, but talking about opportunities, since Wednesday nobody won the jackpot for Powerball. Now it's $590 million.
You know, anybody want to put $5 on it?
I know, right?
Let's
do
this.
Let's
make this money.
Let's do this.
We in New York. There's hardly a chance we win in New York City.
Yeah, but you know, one thing I do know, if you see someone with a funny mask on, that's me, because I ain't showing my face.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I ain't showing my face. Not that I owe people money. It's because I got family that like to come and want to beg for money.
It's not just that. If anybody knows who you are, they can just come after you, your family, all that.
No, not only, you know, and it's funny about it, they don't even do that. You know who really comes after you? All these charity people.
Word.
They the criminals.
You should donate
knocking on
money
your door
to
all day.
Nah.
And they putting emails. You know, I got this. Oh, you know what? My house burned. I got people that. Y'all didn't ask me that when I had a TV show.
That was my 250 that got that number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Like, wow, you know. But how much are you gonna waste? That's not gonna really kill you if you don't win.
I mean, I honestly.
I'm thinking 20.
See, that's you. I would max out at 100.
Woo! Don't that hurts.
That sounds like a lot. Don't get me wrong. I understand. However, where I would be playing is in a place where, despite the fact that it actually might do some good to put that money in the community,
right,
it is very unlikely that they would even allow the numbers to fall here. Let's just be real. So I would put so much money in that maybe I'll hit a partial and get something. And a partial on that much money will definitely get me back my $100. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
And you know what? My method has worked, because the other day I did some scratch offs. You know, I think I did $39 with the scratch offs, won 114.
See, that should come up.
39 $1 scratch offs.
Right.
So that means I spent. You see them pull it out, and the people are looking like, how many is he gonna get?
Listen,
you know me. I keep my singles.
Yeah.
I keep my singles like I'm about to go to a strip club. Never been to a strip club.
Listen, no, but your odds go up with the dollar ones.
I wait till towards the ending of the pack, because you know you're gonna get a couple of wins in the ending and a little bit in the beginning, because that's how you entice people to keep spending their money. That middle is dead, and then.
Okay, so you guys got a little hint of how to play this stuff, you know. But who out there spends more than $20 on the Powerball, or what's the other one?
Mega Millions.
The Mega Million and all that. The New Jersey Lottery.
I mean, here's the thing, though. People will spend $20 a day. That's $140 a week. You know what I'm saying? I know people who spend close to $400 a week on, you know, like pick 3 and pick 4, but will walk out with like $1,200 minimum a week, because they have a system. Like they be hitting them numbers. So it really depends on if you pay attention, because there's a lot of tracking. And I got a guy at work that has his own little method. Everywhere you see him, he got his notepad and pen. He's just thinking about number combinations, this, that, and the third. Whatever seems more likely, more fit. It's really like actuaries need to be on this. You feel what I'm saying? Investment bankers need to be on this, because if you went hit with them stocks, you'd be hitting with them numbers.
Yeah, that's true. You know, but $590 million. What's the first thing you would probably do?
Oh, that's really easy. The first thing I'm doing, I'm taking half of what I'm winning, which is probably what, 200 and change, 300 million, maybe 300 million.
Yeah.
Right? I'm taking the first.
Well, that's if you're gonna take it all in one shot, right? It's like 300.
Yeah,
If you separate, it's probably gonna be close to 4.
No. I want 300 million to put 100 million in savings, whether it be stocks, bonds, this, that, and the third. Right. I want 100 million that I can spend, so that way I can put it on property, because real estate. I mean, everybody needs a home.
Right.
In fact, one of the properties would probably be for some sort of, you know, charitable sort of thing, so that way the government has to keep paying me. That's a residual income right there.
Yep.
And then the last 100 million is to be stupid with.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'll see how much I get through. But along the way, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Automatically. Gotta buy a house for me. Just
yeah. But that comes inside the investigation money. I mean, the investigation money, the interest money, you know, because everything that you invest in,
right,
it was going to come back. So the house is basically an interest.
Well, I know the number one thing I want to buy if I hit big is my aunt's apartment building, because that's where I grew up.
That's what I always said. I'll be buying my building that I grew up, and I'm sorry, the person that lives in my apartment will have to go. You know,
no, it's cool. I would take a vacant apartment personally.
I'm taking my apartment.
No, because
I brought up.
No, because the two apartments I grew up in, they still live in. So I would get into.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then I would reduce the rent to something affordable, because after they got kicked out and moved back in, the rent went. So make it more affordable. I'm not. It's in Manhattan, so it's definitely going to be at least 1,000, right? But I'm not going to make it 1,600, 1,500 for a studio. Right, which is what they do in Manhattan. Let's be real. And Harlem's coming up, so
yeah. That's what I said. I said I'll buy my building, my apartment that I was living in. I'll probably tell the person to go, and I'll give them another apartment over here somewhere. But then I'll put that apartment into a museum of how that neighborhood grew.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? Cool. Like, you can go inside and be like, this is how this building grew, how the neighborhood grew, and then like a little shrine of the people that helped me grow up, that passed away, stuff like that.
I think anyone who is making more than $100 million should invest at least $2 million a year. That is not as much as you think, towards the community that raised them. Now, if there are people who moved around, split it up. I ain't telling you to waste no more than $2 million, because you're making $100 million. But invest, because if you were a product that was successful from that area, that means there's something there. The people there, there's opportunity, hope, a future that you can invest in. And I think that would be the greatest thing anyone can do that's making that kind of money.
Yeah,
that's why you can't tell me nothing bad about Kanye.
And then plus you're getting money back, so you're still making money.
Facts. Everybody forgets that. Charitable donations equal money.
Yeah. But we want to, before we hit the big topics, want to hit a bad news here. Philadelphia was struck by the biggest tragedy and mega massacre in the whole world. Listen, I was just trying to exaggerate like the news. There was 5 people shot
which is sad.
It's sad, but it's not a mega massacre.
Nah, they definitely hyped this up like it was Columbine.
Yeah, and I was trying to investigate, because they were like, I don't know if they started saying it after they found out it was a black person, like trying to make it bigger. But then they try to make it about because he was, and people don't realize that he was a trans. A
man to a woman, or woman
to man? Man to woman. And there was some people who say, no, that's the news, that's the left saying that he is. But then I did a little investigation, and I found his Facebook, and He's dressed like a female. Then they came back and said, well, of course he was dressed as a female on some of his Facebook.
Mean that he's transgender.
Okay, so
it could mean he's a cross-dresser,
but he's still part of the. That's what they're trying to say.
Sort of. There is definitely a difference between someone who identifies as a woman, and a man who may be gay, may be straight, who dresses up as a female, because sometimes they do it for the reaction, sometimes they do it for performances. There's a lot of drag queens that are straight out there. Not as many as gay, but they are straight, especially back in the day. I mean, even Tu Wong Fu, right? That movie?
Yeah.
3 actors, definitely straight, but they did a whole movie as cross-dressers. So there is a difference. We don't want to assume and put into a group, because anything with cross-dressing, transgenders is going to be, blown up.
But here's my comment to your government paid news and the people that listen to them. That's not the point of the story.
It isn't.
It's not the point that if he's trans, black, or whatever. I don't even care about that. What I care, I guess because the way I think, is why. And you know what his reason was? Because he wanted to show Philadelphia that there's a big issue with gun and people killing people.
Wow.
Wait.
Wow. He threw it in your face, bro.
He threw it, but you killing people to tell people that they were killing? They already know that. Philadelphia was one of the
highest
number
murder
one
rates,
in the world for like 3 to 4 years of the murders and all that.
Yeah.
So they don't need you to tell them that, but tell them, don't show them. So he's a little something up there.
Yeah, no, that definitely is. And what I will say is, for everyone that's gonna hate on him for being transgender, possibly we still don't. We don't even know.
I don't even really care.
The same people want to say that it's a mental disease, right? So understand, the same way that you want to claim all these white mass shooters were crazy and they need help, whatever. Bring the same compassion. Bring the same compassion, because he was motivated by trauma and did something traumatic. like all the rest of them white boys who kill multiple people.
And in their mind, just like all the villains in Marvels
right.
and all that,
they were doing the right thing. Now,
they would think they're doing the right thing.
Were these people adults?
Yes.
Not like Sandy Hook, which were innocent kids.
No. Okay. These were adults.
Okay.
2 kids.
And I don't want to say that all adults are, evil.
Right.
But I mean, you want to count 5 people, 3 adults, 2 kids versus what? 22, 23 children.
That's a massacre.
You get what I'm saying?
And that's why I'm trying to say, I was trying to investigate, did the word massacre come out after they found out who he was? Or because the other shooting that killed 20 people, 10 people.
Right.
They never called it a massacre. So I don't like to say
the one that happened in Aurora, Colorado that was called a massacre, the movie theater killing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And that's because they didn't know who did it.
It's because on Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day Massacre goes to historical context. It had a catch line.
And then what was the other one? The Valentine Massacre with the mafia killing?
Yep, exactly. So, it was more of a tagline rather than actually considering it and trying to blow it up to that extreme.
Yeah, but the Valentine one was.
Yeah,
you get 50 bullets
theater,
inside your body. But, that's it. But he killed 5 people, injuring 2 children. Listen, he needs help just like everybody else. So,
he does.
Once you told me you killed because you wanted to show me that there was killing, I know that. Like, there's something wrong with you.
Everybody wants to be an agent of God when they're not in their right state of mind. Just remember that.
Exactly.
The most thing, I work in a psych ward, and the number one thing I hear from people when they talk about the evil that they've done was that it was told to do it by God.
Oh, yeah.
Number one thing.
The number one person was Sam.
Yeah, son of Sam.
Number one person, Sam. The dog told him, and he heard God telling him, and he seen clues here and there telling him.
So remember, these people are actually thinking they're doing acts of justice, and that's why I'm not saying that what they did was right. I'm not saying that they aren't wrong for what they did, but if you're going to acknowledge others as being mentally unstable and trying to get them the help that they need, you have to bring the same compassion to each and every situation is all I'm saying. Now, if you want to handle everything with the cruelest act possible, you want to take them out, whatever, then keep it consistent. That's what I'm saying. And I've seen too many white people get away with mass killings going to psychiatric facilities rather than prison or the electric chair.
The whole law thing, I say it's bonkers and needs to be changed. Because if this guy shot somebody with a .45 and he drew the person down and everything and did all this, he got 50 to life. Now here comes a rich person or a white person, did the same thing, drew it, got a .45, shot the same amount of people the same way, but he'll get 5 years?
Yeah.
It should be the same down the line no matter what. The crime, the time fits the crime, not the other way around. You know what I mean?
You know what? I can't agree with that because the guy who did all the drawings and planned it out is premeditated.
That's what I'm saying. Both of them did, but they'll give one 5 years and the other one 50.
Is there evidence of the premeditation?
Both. Let's say both cases. Both cases are the same, but now it comes down to who has money and who has lighter skin.
Okay.
That's how I seen it, and I seen it many times, and it's too crazy. Like, assault is assault. So if you found him guilty for assault, he gets the same amount of years. But that's why they made it where assault you get 1 to 5.
Right.
Murder, you get 5 to 10. So it depends on the judge who wants to give you whatever
range. Right.
It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't. It should be a set.
If you got murder and you got convicted for murder, that's it.
That's why a lot of these charges have degrees, and there should be a set number on each.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, on the second degree, you get this. I can agree with that. Third degree, you get this. Oh, I think they're gonna get me for murder. I'm gonna do life. Why? Because that other guy got murder, so they only doing murder on life. So you already know, life is for the murder. Right. That's it.
Right.
You know, all this other, and then cut the damn 3 terms life. Who gonna come back and die again?
No, I think a life term is technically mathematically 75 years.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying they'd be like, oh, we're gonna give you got 3 lives.
Yeah, because ain't nobody want to say 225 years in prison.
Who want to say 25 days?
It's too long. So now you just got 3 life terms, 3 life sentences. That's it.
He gonna come back. I know he gonna come back. The zombie, then we gonna get him.
Hey man, don't joke about the zombie apocalypse.
He gonna come out.
I've been on 149th Street. The zombie apocalypse is here.
Yeah, I know.
It's here.
I'm telling you.
It's here.
It's here. But he gonna come out of the zombie. Where you going? Go right back in. You got another life. You got another life term. Like, damn. You can't even die and come back as another person because they're gonna remember you. Be like, you that same guy. You got another life. Like, come on, stop with the 3 to 4 life people.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just to kind of make each charge.
Now, if you did not say life with no chance of parole, then I understand. But if you
Right.
say life, you might get parole.
You might get parole. Yeah, that's true.
So that's
true.
probably
But I think
why.
that's why they're saying 3 life terms. Like even if you get parole on the first one, be like, but there's another one.
Yeah,
There's
you
another
got
one.
you got parole on that one.
No,
they let you go outside and touch the sun. Hey, son, you got to come back in.
No, because legitimately, right? Each one of those life terms is normally coming from a different charge.
Right.
So if let's say there's evidence to prove that maybe this part of it wasn't true and they're just kind of compiling everything on you because you're the scapegoat, you know what I'm saying? Then they're like, okay, we can get you off on that one and that one. So you're gonna have to beat each and every one of those charges, and that's why they put the multiple things. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's get to some good news that I've been wanting to shoot out here because we need some happiness.
Of course.
A little bit of happiness. But the first picture I'm gonna be putting up in the back is UK is doing something crazy, which they are putting holes in the new buildings for the little birds, like a nest.
Why?
I don't know. I guess they don't want them to be crapping all over everybody like they do here.
Look. I don't care if they crap outside. I can clean that. I don't need at 4 a.m. Shut up. And it's in the wall?
They be on your window.
Nah. Unless I can go from my side of the wall and go. Yeah. No.
Well, they must be doing something hollow, maybe some sound.
That is going to torture my cat.
Or maybe he's not even close to someone's window. Maybe he's on the end of the last floor.
No. Let's get him and fry him up. Finger licking good.
I guess they I don't even know what kind of bird is it. I don't know if it's an extinct type of bird.
Look,
but it's not here though. You don't see those birds.
You ever seen the movie Birds?
I know, right?
Right? Yeah. No, we're not giving them safe haven.
But
they organize.
They are making 3,000 bricks like that. I mean 30,000 bricks. Sorry, like that in the UK. So the new buildings in the UK, you're gonna be seeing the holes. Don't think it's broken brick.
You know damn well the road boys, the roadmen are gonna be using that to put their drugs in, and it's cool.
Yeah, that's probably why they're putting it up high.
So you know if they're
putting it all the way probably on the top.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
They're not gonna put that in the bottom.
Nah.
Talking about no, this is for the birds.
And you find like 8 grams of cocaine in each hole, and yeah, they're making pass. I mean, it's a
hey
system.
Apple, how's it going? Yeah, but it's in a way it's kind of cool. But now that you say maybe you can hear the birds, but I'm thinking that they're gonna put the bird nest above like the last floor.
They better.
Like the last floor,
Isn't the hole a little too small?
They little
It's
birds.
a small bird. Like
They're
a
little
sparrow
birds.
can definitely fit in there.
They're not making it for the pigeons. We got pigeons. I don't even think they got pigeons.
The UK doesn't have a lot of pigeons. They do have pigeons, but they don't have a lot. That's Italy. Italy has the pigeons.
Yeah, they got more of a little sparrow-looking birds.
They have different things.
Yeah, I guess, Hey, you want to save them. That's pretty cool.
Maybe it's extinct already.
If it's extinct, it shouldn't be getting no damn holes. There's enough of them.
Apple said, hey, guys, shout out from the Boogie Down Bronx.
What's up, Apple?
Yeah, but I think that was a cool idea. But the next one we'll talk about is an act of kindness. This one guy here on the picture, she put that picture real quick. I didn't even get to the story. You know what I mean? But the one guy here, the man, had an $8,000 credit card, went to McDonald's, passed it, but it kept being declined, like something was wrong with that card.
Right.
So he only had $4 in cash. Before he even could say anything, the young boy here, who's a cashier at McDonald's, said, "I got you." Swiped his card, his debit card. For him. So the little boy did not want it on Facebook. He was like, "No, I don't care. I don't." He was like, "No, I got to tell people." He was like, "No." He said, "But I got $4. I'll be back. And I can go to the machine or something." He was like, "Nah, put it on." So the guy was so overwhelmed that he said, "Pass it on." That he was like, he went on his Facebook and told people
about this guy. No,
about this kid.
I don't think people sometimes realize how much of a difference that little act is. Right? For you, it might be $15, and you know what? A lot of people can appreciate.
Hey, Johnny, how's it going?
So
yeah, and what a meal? Well, he looked like he eats number one because number one's the double Big Macs.
I knew you gonna make.
But hold on, isn't he a McDonald's employee? I just noticed his shirt.
The little boy. It was a cashier, and he passed his own debit card to pay for the guy. Never met him, but he said, "Just pass it on."
You need to eat, bro. It's cool.
He said, "Pass it on." It wasn't like he was begging.
To be fair, looking at this man, I would have probably fed him too. He's probably really hungry, really hungry.
Yeah, Johnny from Latino Huido was listening to, but it was kind of cool where the guy was so overwhelmed. He was like, "I gotta tell people on Facebook what this kid did," and it's a young kid. He looks like a regular kid.
16-year-old or something.
He worked in McDonald's part time for his skateboard or something.
Yeah.
So, and for him to even past what? What's the highest one? $10 maybe?
Yeah, it's normally about like $12, $13 after change. He was just like, I got you, no problem.
Yeah. Maybe he used his discount and got it for $7.
See, I didn't want to say it.
Maybe he got his discount, but still,
it's the act of kindness. Yeah,
he took out of his own debit card to pass it, and then the guy came back, he said, I'm going back to give him some gifts and everything for just doing that.
No, but I think it says a lot to a lot of the older generation that there's still hope, because I know a lot of people think these young kids is going to ruin the world, right? They don't think of them as the future. So I think people, especially in areas like this, would be like, hey, you know what? We're doing right. We're doing good. They're coming up all right, and they're good people.
Yep. Johnny said, pay it forward. Yep. You have to pay it forward. And what I liked about the whole story was the kid did not say, can I get a picture to put it on Facebook? I want to tell people.
Right.
Or take a video. Yo, I'm paying this guy's lunch. Look what I'm doing.
He did it out of kindness.
No, he just did it. It was like, pay it forward. He was in a happy moment.
Did he think he was going to get in trouble for doing it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Never know about the managers at McDonald's. I'm
like, yo, you can't be paying people's lunch.
What you doing, bro?
You know they did that. They did that in Walmart. This guy was paying people's thing. Like if you ask a question and you answer it right, he'll pay for your stuff. The manager called on Walmart to the cop saying that he has to go because he's paying for people's items. The cop looked at him first. He was like,
so he's a paying customer.
Yeah, he said, so he's a paying customer? He said, no, he's paying people's stuff, and I need him getting out of here. The cop looked at the guy and said, this is the part of the job I hate. Because his job is he has to take him out because the manager said he has to go. But for the reason, it was stupid. He was like, I can't even charge him with trespassing.
No, he's not.
And the lady and the one guy stood up.
He's a patron.
The guy said, he paid for my items. Why do he has to leave?
To be honest with you, the people getting free stuff probably need to get kicked out before him.
I hope Walmart seen the video and fired his manager.
Oh, you know damn well they did, because Walmart only cares about profit. We getting money.
That's
what you doing?
Why are you stopping us from?
They don't even be paying the workers because they want their profit. Let's just be real.
Take his paycheck and see if he gonna like it and see if somebody gonna pay it. You know? Johnny said, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that video, it was crazy. Like, he's paying for people's stuff. Don't worry about it. And this Chinese guy did the same thing. He said, hey, I think that person's looking for you. When he looked, he swiped his card and then left. And the guy was like, what happened? And the cashier was like, I can't believe that. He just, with an attitude, he just paid your stuff. And he was like, but I could have paid it. He said, I don't know, but it's already paid. You know, the guy said, all right, can you just delete that and try to pay? Take the blessings. No one's trying to do nothing to you. Take the blessings and go.
What you see, there's not enough kindness in the world that everyone thinks there's a catch.
It's shocking.
That man was probably afraid that if he walked out that store, the cashier was lying to him.
True.
Let's be real.
True.
And you know what it is? A lot of stores have these bonuses for people who collect lost property.
Oh, Johnny said that they try to charge him with loitering.
Yeah.
They try to get him somewhere.
You couldn't.
Walmart, fire him.
No, but you couldn't even call him a loiterer because he was the patron.
Yeah, he was paying.
Purchasing the products.
He was paying.
It's an open and shut case. I think I would have told him, hey, look, if you don't want him here, I can escort him out, but there's nothing we can charge him with. It's all that need to be said.
Yeah, and then he could come back in because he's paying.
Exactly.
If I was him, I would have called Walmart and told them I was paying people stuff, and it was not a $5 pay.
No, he's talking about
there was a shopping cart.
50 and up. Yep. Because Walmart does have cheap prices.
It was a shopping cart, so he at least close to $100, and then he was doing a couple of people.
Exactly. My man's probably spent close to $1,000 at Walmart. You know how much crap you get for $1,000 at Walmart?
Listen.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's like Shaq in the interview. He said he went to Walmart because he was feeling happy when he first got his first check. Mm-hmm. he was really happy that he brought about good $10,000-$20,000 worth of stuff. His card got declined.
Yep.
He said my card got declined, and then I had to call the bank, and they was like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Shaq, but someone's in Walmart trying to buy $10,000 worth of stuff."
Like, that's me.
He said, "That's me." He said, "You shop at Walmart?"
Word.
That's why they stopped his card, because the guy seen Shaq and Walmart. They was like, he don't shop in no Walmart.
I love that about people is that they forget that a lot of the famous people now didn't start out being famous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
and he
saying?
still shops in little places like that.
People catch Shaq all the time.
In 7-Eleven, he'd be like, yo, I got to get my Slurpee.
Department stores, malls, groceries. Because Shaq, have you ever seen Shaq? Shaq don't got to be afraid to go nowhere. Because Shaq is a kind, giant, but emphasis on giant. I am small.
And
I've never
is
felt
he still
so small.
a state trooper, or they? Or
I think he's still an honorary trooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but this man legitimately is greeted everywhere he goes with love because everyone knows his kindness. And a lot of people who've been learning his story since his specials have been coming out, right? Understand that he's a man who was raised humble from a military household and it's stuck with him his entire life. Yep. So who's gonna mess with somebody who's generous, who's not egotistical in the degree? You know, of course he went through it during his youth. You know, he's a celebrity. That happens. But like this is a humble giant. You love him.
Yeah, and I like the one video where a cop came. They were playing basketball. A cop comes out because I seen the whole video. The cop comes out and scares the kids first. Hey, what y'all doing here? It was like nothing. He was like, yeah, I can see you doing nothing. You don't even got a jumper. You know, like, and then he started cracking up with him. And then the guy was like, oh, you think you can do better? He said, you know what? Get your 5 guys, and I'm going to get my 5 guys. Not knowing that the cop was good friends with Shaq. They came back. Shaq came out the cop car. First of all, how he got in that cop car, don't know.
It's a mystery. They got to recline that seat
all the way back. But it was so fun because he got 4 cops and Shaq against 5 neighborhood kids, and it turned out to be good. And you know, they had fun. They did not call the camera crews. They did not do nothing.
It's not
the
about
neighbor
that.
is the one that filmed it, seeing
right. That Shaq's outside playing. The cops are outside with Shaq playing. What?
And when the cops came, the one kid took the camera out because he was like, I thought they were coming to bother us because I wanted to film them bothering us, and it wasn't. It was the cops came back.
He said we came back to ball like we told you.
Yep. And then the one cop came out too. The cop did not tell you. Did not tell. Like he was bold. Like did not tell you, a white cop. And then he came out. I was dying. I was like, hey, but Shaq is always person. And Johnny says Shaq does that on a regular for people.
Yeah, exactly. That's not him trying to be, blowing himself up. That's him being him. Yeah. And I think people can appreciate that.
Yeah, and there's some things he on his interview said. Some of them he told people, can you not post that video or cut the video? I just want to chill with y'all. Right. And they did not video call.
No, because you got to respect it. It's a moment that happened. And you know what? The one thing I will say, he does let you take a photo with him.
Yeah, he does.
That's for your personal keep, whatever.
No, he took photos of the event, but he was like, I didn't want videos posted live because then the news
people
and
start
coming. So I just want to have fun. Now, when he left, they posted it.
Of course.
I was chilling with Shaq. Okay, but he was like not live, not then.
You know what? That's also smart because we've seen celebrities get caught up when they show their location.
Yeah.
So if there is someone evil enough to mess with Shaq, they can't.
But another good thing, technology is getting way better. There are so many people that were shopping and like dropping from strokes, from heat strokes and all that. Now they have a shopping cart in England that has a sensor on the bar. So when you're pushing the shopping cart and doing your groceries, it will say if you're about to have a stroke.
Oh, it reads your vitals.
Or you're able to have, like, if you're there to have the stroke, that you need to take care of yourself.
Right.
And they had a lot of people do the test, and some of the people didn't realize that they were high risk for stroke.
For heat stroke, yeah.
So bring that.
I think that's a great idea.
And look at the sensor right in the middle.
But here's the thing, though. The UK can adapt some of these systems because what's their population?
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that could be local and regional in America, but a lot of these companies aren't going to invest to the scale because they're not dealing with a small community like that.
Yeah, but I think
it's a great idea.
As a big company, I think I would invest in that because it says, and then I would use it. We have the new stroke shopping carts because we care for you. You know how many people gonna come in the shop now?
A lot of old people.
They care for me. They care for me. They want to make sure I don't get no stroke.
That's
because I want you to keep on shopping. I don't want you to get stroke.
That is the same company that puts up a rainbow flag from June 1st to June 30th. I don't want to hear it. They don't care. They just want their profit.
Yeah, they want their profit, But that's a real good idea where now you are actually forced to realize you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people are shopping and then all of a sudden they're dropping. It could be from a heat stroke, from a regular stroke, a heart attack. You know what I mean? Especially if you see some of those prices. Because I almost died a couple times. Oh my God, this price. You know what I'm saying?
Just the price of milk sometimes make me have a stroke.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. They need these in the shopping things. Apollonia said the shopping carts tell the employees that you're broke.
Nah. Because they're still going to walk out with the stuff.
Yeah. But it's a good idea. So I guess it turns colors. I didn't see it on the
right. Like if you're good, it'll go green.
So
or
if
it'll
it goes with the red, you
gotta
better
be like,
go somewhere.
oh my bad, bro.
I'm about to go.
Anybody got some water?
So that red comes, they come with a pillow behind you in case you got to fall or something.
That'd be kind of cool. Walking around, got a guy with a pillow next to me, like, yo, he
but
got me.
The problem with the shopping carts is, you know how you be taking shopping cart from one supermarket and then you go.
That's the Bronx.
That's a problem.
That's the Bronx.
Well, that's why they put that big pole.
Yo,
you can't go out. You can't go out, and then they put the lock on the wheels.
I remember when there was a path mark that had it so that way you could put a quarter in. And you could pull it out at the end of it if you were good.
Yeah.
And you could use the shopping cart long the quarter was in it. So people
they have it in Audis and stuff. But back in the days, they used to have these guys in these pickup trucks going around collecting the shopping carts.
Yeah.
And then they take it to the supermarket where they belong because it has the name on it.
Right.
And they got paid like that. The shopping people, the supermarkets were like, nah, I ain't paying for these people to keep doing this.
And they keep paying for carts.
We were one of them. We'll take the shopping cart from down the hill and go all the way up to the hill to the house. I ain't bringing that back down. We used to leave it on the corner, and then the car will come and pick it up and then take it back. Mm-hmm. But I guess other supermarkets were getting their carts. They were like, no. I had 20. Why this guy only had 2? Now he got 30, and I only got 4. You know what I mean? Like, So they were stopping it. So I think that's why they put that little lock. You can't go nowhere. But then people started lifting it up a little bit.
Saying, I don't care.
Taking it to their cars.
I'll skip the gym today.
Yeah, so, and then they had the big pole, you can't go nowhere. That one was good.
That one's good.
That one is good. You'd be like, oh man, I can't go nowhere. No, take your bags and go.
Yep.
You know, shopping carts need to, put some bumpers in front of it or something. But I'm tired of the shopping carts hitting cars and, put some bumpers on it. Or if you could put a sensor in the car, put a sensor on the shopping cart.
Just know the same person that can't drive a shopping cart probably can't drive a car. So you're going to get hit either way. With the shopping cart going to go hit your car, and it stops. Yeah, that'd be dope. That sensory thing would be dope.
And it stops automatically. You know what I mean? So I don't. But then that costs money.
Well, you know what they put in heart meters? Just put the basic lock.
Yeah. Put the lock meter.
I bet you it costs less than the heart meter.
No, that's true. Because you got the front sensor versus your skin, and all that. Mm-hmm. And then also, do you got to press hard on that?
That is a good question. How sensitive it is.
Because I'm looking at her hands and I'm like, is she really getting a reading?
Accurate reading, yeah.
Because she's not even really squeezing on it. I don't know. But those are my 3 little good news stuff that is going on in the world that people didn't really know.
A little bit of good, a little bit of good happening out there.
We got to figure out something.
Birds. Don't save the birds.
The birds. You're still stuck on the birds.
One movie, and I've raised pigeons. I have.
I don't like pigeons in the 80s.
Birds overall.
But it's just a dramatic thing where we see things going on in other places. UK with the supermarket.
First off,
all this.
You really got to consider there are very few countries in the world that was built the same way as the U.S. Right? Its foundation is way more religious than a lot of other countries at their initial conception, right? A lot of people who first came here because of religious persecution, right? So even though it's supposed to separate church and state, how many of the laws are based in church ideology? You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. So, and then westward expansion, like even every region is so different. You get a country like that, it's got to be like China. It's got to be where they were all culturally different for the longest. You got to look at Asian countries, Indonesia, the Philippines. Like that's what we're looking because they were so spaced out that they didn't always develop as one cultural group like here. And then we're also a mix of how many different other countries. So it's a lot harder to try and do a national campaign on the scale and size of this nation, on the population of this nation. I think we're like ranked in the top 5 as far as populace, right? Because we and also longevity of life. So the amount of different ideologies, even in government, from the person who's 35, 40 to the person who's 80. You know what I'm saying? So like it's way more complicated here than when you have a more homogeneous built nation, right? And built because a lot of these countries now have a lot of people and a lot of immigrants, things like that. But originally at its core, it was one group.
Yeah, we're gonna have to live, and with technology, they going sometimes I can see it going good, but they need to go way better. Especially with now you can figure out if you have a stroke. Why they don't have one of those that can tell you have cancer?
Because they don't understand cancer.
Well, they understand the money. They don't want to understand cancer. They understand cancer, then there's no money. You know,
I ain't gonna touch that one. But yeah, no, I get it.
You know.
Plus, cancer is also harder to detect, right? So when they're looking at signs of stroke, they're really basing it off of your basic vitals. We see this type of stuff in the hospital with like the pulse ox, right? It measures your oxygen intake from the breath you're taking, from the amount of pulse per minute that you're getting. It's a lot easier to read for those smaller signs of strokes electronically than it is to look at your cells to measure cancer. You know, they could do it for a stroke, they could do it for a heart attack, possibly an aneurysm, because a lot of that has to deal more with how your body's blood flow is going.
Right.
That it may notice because the numbers are a little off. It could be something more so than it's this specific.
Yeah.
It's like a guide to be like, hey, go see a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And then, since we're on the topic of strokes and all this, high blood pressure as well, I seen it online that it went up. Let me tell you guys, I don't think high blood pressure went up. You know what happens when you're in a doctor? You're sitting there. You're already past 2 hours after your damn appointment. You're like, hey, I was supposed to be at 1:30. It's 3:30. You're already frustrating, getting hype. And then you go into the thing and say, get on my blood pressure. It's not going to work that way. You're already high pressure.
You're aggravated.
So now they're saying you got high blood pressure. You need to learn how to relax. Don't rush. If you're late, don't rush to the doctor. Right. And if you do get in, because there was one time that I was jogging and I forgot I had an appointment. I went in. Can we take your blood pressure? I was like, give me about a half an hour. I'm out of breath now. I'm sitting down.
Right.
So
things like a lot of people drink a lot of caffeine these days. Caffeine will raise your numbers up.
Right. So you just need to learn how to relax first. And if they do give you high blood pressure, when you're feeling relaxed, tell them to do it again.
Yeah. The best thing for you to do in a lot of cases before you go to the doctor is not to eat anything. You're at your kind of like base state, right? You're not going to have any extra weight. Usually, use the bathroom before you go. Don't put anything to your system unless it's something light like water.
Right.
Perhaps juice, but natural juice, not the sugary stuff, because that will raise some numbers. But yeah, there are things you can do before you see the doctor to help lower.
Yeah.
And in general, whenever you're in a stressful situation, because a lot of people hate getting their physical and stuff like that, breathing.
Yeah.
Deep breathing. It's a great
Take
way
a
to
breath.
relax
Take a
yourself,
breath.
your whole body.
See, I like my new doctor now. I'll be like, how long? They'll be like, wait, Mr. Laloma, let me go see. Because I told him, if it takes more than 15, 20 minutes, I'm out. If my appointment is at 2:30, don't schedule nobody else. Stop scheduling 3 to 4 people. At
2:15, 2 o'clock,
No.
And you know what? I respect the fact that when those patients come in, they're given the utmost care and time. But my time matters too.
Yeah.
So if you're
not going to put a new patient at 2:30 and I got a 2:45.
Yeah, don't do
when
that.
you know the new patient, you got to do the high blood,
at
the
least
this
half
and this.
an hour.
You got to
At least, and that really
knock it down to 45 minutes because you still got to go to the office and fill out the paperwork of that patient.
And you're forgetting that lunch break that comes in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
They should be 45-minute appointments.
I was like, I don't understand that. Stop.
Business stuck on profit.
Yeah, but not me. I'll be like, put me into another day. What? Put me to the first person, at least, or the last person. What time you close? At 5? I'll be here at 5:40, 4:45.
I bet you they will make sure your appointment is on time.
Yep, because they want to leave.
Yep.
That's I noticed that. Be the first person or you be the last one. Because if you're in the middle, and then you come and you be like, okay, what time is your appointment? 12. It's 2 o'clock and you didn't see nobody, and I just came in. So you know your appointment is going to be, chaotic. And then they be like, oh, it's just because we got settled back and we were late a little bit. No, you wasn't. Late doesn't do no 2 hours.
They might have been late. But they just didn't tell you how late.
Yeah, if the doctor's going to call in late, then you call in how long? 1 hour? Okay, I'm going to call off the 1 hour. From 9 to 10, I'm going to tell them that you're going to have to wait because the doctor's going to be late. And then if the 10 o'clock person doesn't get here at 10, then I'm going to shoot you right in. But if I'm there before my appointment, I should be seen. Can you be here 30 minutes before your appointment? Why? You ain't going to see me for another 2 hours. I'll let you know, I'm coming. So that way you already doing all my paperwork,
I feel you. I hate the wait times.
I told the lady, I was like, listen, the next time I come and if it's late, I'm going to go back upstairs because, the doctor office is literally right downstairs from my building. I say, you call me and then I come back down. Because I'm not going to sit here and wait. I might as well sit in my house.
Exactly.
I'm like, nah, I don't think so.
There's food and TV.
Yeah, food, TV. I can chill. I don't got to be with the other people around. Listen, call me.
Catching whatever the hell they got to come in.
Call me about 2 minutes so I can put on my shoes and get in the elevator,
Bingo, bango.
There you go. And then I just go straight to the back. And people be looking at me probably like, what is he doing? He work here? No, man. They called me. That's all. But we got a couple more minutes. Let's hit some wrestling.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Finally got to see the whole thing. I fell asleep twice. I was tired. Not that it was boring. I was tired. But I dozed off and I had to go back and then do. But
ooh, Rosa, you special.
Rosa, my doctor don't let me wait. Exactly. My doctor's the same way. And I told him, I said, listen, look at my thing. It says there I have weight issues. I have listen. I gotta go. I don't got time. Time is valuable. What you got to do? I got to go upstairs and watch TV. You know what I mean? Even that is still my valuable. It's my time.
To be fair, you work in media, so it's research.
Yeah, it's research.
Research.
But yeah, we had the wrestling, which was cool. Shout outs to the Usos.
That was fun. That was a fun match.
And if you didn't see it and you're wrestling fans, well, I guess spoiler alert.
Really, at this late?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's been a whole week.
We're not those people that same day.
There's been a Raw, an NXT, about to be a SmackDown, which means that there have already been 2 chances for this to be ruined to you if you just keep up to date with the weekly shows.
Yeah.
You didn't want
and not only that, there was AEW, and they talked about it there. Mm-hmm. They were happy that the Usos took Roman Reigns down.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho was like, shout out to my boys, the Usos, for pinning. That's what I love about Chris Jericho, too. He don't care where he at.
You can't touch him.
He going... You're not supposed to announce the competition. Those are my boys. I'm going to announce them. Because he knows them since they were little kids. You know what I mean?
What it is, too, is that he's somebody who gave them notice by coming from there. So if anybody in AEW has the right, 1, he built AEW, and 2, he comes from there. Yeah. So he's talking to his roots right there. That's out of respect for him and who he is. You got to let that rock.
Yeah. Shirley said my eye doctor actually canceled my appointment only 30 minutes before. These offices are in. See, but at least they canceled and didn't have you sitting there for 2 hours.
No. Because if it's only 30 minutes before, I could have already been traveling there.
True, that's true.
You got to give me an hour's notice.
See, but you can turn back around.
That's still gas wasted.
Yeah, but it's more time wasted if you would have gone and sat down.
I'm sorry, I'm walking in saying, "Oh hell nah." I was on the road. You about to
I was just around the corner. You gonna see me? No, but yeah, I always tell them, hey, listen. If I come down, if you're busy, just because I don't understand. Like, don't get mad at the doctor if you come in and you see all these people still waiting.
Right.
You think that you were just gonna go in? Like, no.
Oh, they told me my time was 3:00.
Well, then you won't be.
You bugging.
They didn't tell you what day though.
Yeah.
But back to the wrestling. Well, Roman Reigns finally getting pinned, but who is gonna take the belt? Forget about he getting pinned. That's just a storyline. Maybe they hyping it up for Jimmy to take it.
Honestly, I want it to be Solo.
You wanted to be Solo?
I wanted to be Solo. I've been wanting Solo to take that belt from him. They did him so dirty, never trying to get him the Intercontinental or the United States Championship. They did him so dirty, they made him the street champ. I don't get a belt for being the street champ.
Yeah.
Everybody else over here walking with the belt. Hell, Paul Heyman walking around with your belts.
But or since Solo is their boy, Roman Reigns' boy, give it to Jimmy, but with Solo screwing Roman. And then
as long as Solo is part, because I'm sorry, that man has been putting in too much work to not get a secondary belt at least.
Oh, Shirley said I was already en route.
See, I told you. I know what it is. 30 minutes is not enough time. Most people's doctors aren't downstairs.
I know, right? We got lucky.
Yo, you sob.
One time in the winter, I came with regular shirt down to the stairs. Everybody was like, "It's winter." Well, I live right here in this door. I just go right through the door and come to the doctor.
He was still cold though.
No, but it was nice and warm in them. What? 3 seconds of coldness?
I've seen you put on a coat just to go across the street for the grocery store.
Hell
so
yeah.
just to go down, I know you were scared you were like,
I ran inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, I ran inside.
Exactly. Them 20 feet were the longest 20 feet.
Shit, I was like, so I can't stand the cold. But yeah, with Roman, who else? The new Intercontinental Champion. I say the new one because he's gonna take it. Is either who can take that?
You tell me.
Can the Surfer Boy take it?
No, he just got his butt beat.
And then he got his ankle messed up too. So the only one is McIntyre.
Well, McIntyre is up and coming. He just got back from the return, right?
And he's on the hype mode.
And he's also representing the UK. I think right now what they're trying to do as they're trying to get American fans into these UK wrestlers, which they brought up for absolutely no reason.
because AEW got UK and Japan now coming, so now they want to bring back.
That's why they should have just let them stay and keep that brand and promote the brand the same way they did NXT. Mm-hmm. I think it was terrible.
And not only that, because AEW was about to snatch McIntyre.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, give NXT UK right an hour instead of 30 minutes. Give them give them a 2-hour show if that's how you want.
They took them out. They so-called they lost. And they did the whole.
But they're going out to do pay-per-views in England. You know
you know what I'm saying? No.
They have a whole market there and they said they're going to rebuild a new brand, but they wanted these guys to get promoted essentially, like give them the notoriety because a lot of people don't watch the NXTs, and that's why at one point they were pushing NXT to go after AEW, and they realized the numbers aren't matching.
Yeah, but shout out to McIntyre too, because when he was out out there doing wishes, talking about strokes and keeping yourself healthy. He's one big person in you don't have to eat healthy to be healthy. In other words,
right?
Like watch what you eat, but don't
go fully vegan.
Yeah, he's like, because he eats a lot. Half of these people, and plus they got so much energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
jumping and running.
They have to carbo load and whatnot. They need the calories for the amount of working that they're doing.
So he's him and John Cena.
Big fitness people.
They fitness people when they talking about how to know your body.
Well, you gotta
eat this, but also do this. So like he says, if you eat 3 to 4 hamburgers, then you need to do 3 to 4 hamburger
workouts. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and that makes sense to me. It's balancing. You don't have to deprive yourself. You have to put in the effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he's saying like a lot of people they sit, which I was guilty of. I started gaining weight because I was sitting. Instead of being like we were always active outside doing the interviews, doing this, and then we slowed down, sitting down. I was like, whoa. So now I'm back to being active, running, jogging. Like I go home right now, I gotta run the mile on 0.5.
He's trying to say he's doing it. His son is making him do it.
Yeah,
let's be real.
Well, they both, because they're gonna leave me behind. I'm like, they on the scooter. Like I need to get me one because they both on the scooter and they leave me behind.
Because you getting back in shape. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. So it's a win-win type of thing. But what else? What other belt? The women's belt. Oh my God! I'm like, finally, Money in the Bank. 2 people that deserve it got it.
Yeah, Io Sky was awesome. I can't say I'm a big fan of the particular ending.
Yeah,
but she is someone who deserves.
Was it me or the ending was like so hype and then it just died when she was going up? It was like not a.
It was cheese factor. I mean, you have the 2 biggest names who've been fighting since NXT, going at it on the rope. They get locked up on the freaking handcuffs, and she just climbs over him.
But what made me really like was Bayley. At least Becky went up one more to try to reach her. Bayley was trying to reach her like that. You know you can go up one more, girl. Come on, stop it.
She carrying too much in that wagon.
Yeah, she got a little load in the back.
She was like,
You know, you hear the new one, the new song with Bayley with her name. She was like, shut up. Like, she didn't want it, but she's a bad person. But she said, shut up to the new song, but she's smiling because it's about her.
Yeah.
And then people, Bayley, marry me.
She got the cake.
She got,
that's what, Mexican in there, right?
Yeah. Okay. She's half Mexican, you know. She's looking good, you know, and she got in shape. Speaking of looking good, now, what's this guy's wife's name?
What's the guy's name?
I even forgot the freaking guy. It just blew my mind from AEW. CM Punk's wife.
What's that? No, that's AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Nope. I am not happy with it.
You don't like her new body?
Nope.
She looks muscular. She like, boy,
Yeah.
get over here.
Yeah, it's too muscular.
It's too muscular?
It's back to 1970s adult films.
Yeah, she looks like, woo.
Nah, she was before him, where she was fit. She had muscle tone, but she didn't look like she could rip your whole thing off.
Right. I think she got that muscle because I think she was bored.
Hulk smash.
She was bored now, so she was like in the gym.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, with a relationship with CM Punk, somebody got to be the man.
Oh,
I said it.
Shot fired, right there. Damn. Yeah, and then CM Punk. Speaking about him, he did the "You Can't See Me" thing and all that. Like I was saying, but was it a shot at or was it niceness?
CM Punk is trying so hard to stay relevant because all of his hype
died. Yeah.
People are saying that he's older, sluggish. You know, he didn't really perform in MMA when he left.
Yeah.
Everything that was CM Punk in WWE left with him. He should have changed the name, should have changed the whole bit, and just went emo.
Yep. And also Kevin Nash is back on Twitter, attacking L.A. Knight, saying the same thing I've been saying. He's ripping off everybody.
And in L.A. Knight's defense, he got Mark Henry talking about him in the good way.
Yeah, they was like, yo, what is he doing? Steve, like one person, okay, but now you're trying to do the Rock move, and then you're doing the jump up. Everybody already knows it's the Rock move. Now, the ones that don't know are the young ones. Like, oh, that's a new move. No, it's not.
I mean, does anybody know if the Rock okayed it?
That's what Kevin Nash is saying. He don't mind people stealing the stuff. He said
paying homage
and stuff. He said, but everyone that either took a move or paid homage asked the person.
Yep.
He never did, so that's why they're having an issue with him.
Fair enough.
Look at Kevin Owens. He went to Stone Cold and said, hey, I want to do the
Stunner
thing. Miz, can I do the figure 4?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even John Cena, before he did the F5. Brock, can I do your move, but I'm going to call it something different. I want to do it a new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they all asked permission. He never asked permission, so that's why people are pissed off.
You know what it is though.
Like you're trying to grow up with our background.
But here's the thing. You have a lot of indie wrestlers who don't have prominence using famous moves to blow themselves up, right?
Right.
LA Knight is that indie wrestler. Now, I agree. He should ask for permission. He should get that, out of respect now that he's in WWE.
Yeah, because now he's a professional wrestler.
But this man has been doing this. He's doing it on AEW. He's doing it on Impact. This man has been making his name for himself doing these things. So is he ripping off the previous generation? To some degree, because in the end, there's but so many moves that can be unique, right?
Right.
But it's also the character he's built over all these years. So for some that are saying it's okay, I understand because this is literally his character, and it has been. He's not doing anything new. But for those who feel like, bro, you've now entered the big league.
That's why I'm like
the courtesy.
I
understand, but it's kind of late. He built his name on this.
Yeah, do the courtesy, or not do it, because when he was in WWE, he wasn't doing those moves. He was doing his regular moves. People were liking him already. Then all of a sudden now you want to go through this. So the ones that are liking you are the new people because they don't know.
Right.
So you lost fans because, a lot of people left his page because they liked it on him when he was in WWE, the way he was. But they wasn't giving him airtime. You know what I mean? So now they're giving him airtime, and all of a sudden he did that. The first thing that he did was the Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. Ric Flair went on Twitter right away. That's why he doesn't do it that much. Who are you to be doing my thing without asking? And then he said, Vince McMahon, you know my rules.
Yeah, but how does WWE feel about you, Ric Flair?
Yeah, he stopped it. John Cena said the same thing. I enjoy that someone's trying to do my move, but you should have asked. The Rock was like, okay, we're going to find out who's the best in it.
But you see, that's what I like about The Rock. The Rock's like, game on.
Yeah, he's like, game on. Let's see who's the best in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He don't care. But a lot of them just like the tell me. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Just the courtesy.
So I can promote and be like, hey, look at this guy.
They're keeping me alive in there.
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of them want to stay
even Mysterio, best friends with Eddie. He don't need permission. Well, he got it. He went to Vicky and said, hey, I want to do a story. I want to still do the shimmies. By all means.
Yeah, it's just too many other people were running with it.
Yeah, but then, that's why they was like, oh, he living off of. No, he asked.
He got permission.
Yes, and does he really need to? No, he was best friends with him, but he still did it.
Out of respect. But, there's a difference in locker room culture. And that's why you hear more and more now about wrestlers who don't get along with their coworkers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't respect the etiquette that's been drained into these to the industry for years. Mm-hmm. But it's always going to be a rebel in this generation.
And then they were saying now they don't know who is going to be the backstage person, because at first it was Undertaker, then it was The Rock, John Cena, Stone Cold. But Stone Cold was like, I didn't like when they thought I was a leader. I didn't like the leader thing. And then when they all left, everybody was going to
Cena, Batista.
Mysterio. And when they left, it was all Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. And then so now these two guys are leaving. Who is going to be staying there as a backstage? The only one I can see is Sami Zayn, because I seen videos of him training, and he trains. He don't like the fooling around. Sammy and Kevin, I hate to say it, but
Reigns has the time now. He has the time in. He's been a part of a popular faction twice. Longest champion they've had. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could look to him. Does he want the responsibility? Is the question.
Yeah, but do you really?
Seth Rollins.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you really would look at Roman Reigns as that one person when he really stood as champion because there was no one else?
But that's the whole point.
So
he was the face for this long,
right?
Because they didn't have someone to go to, and this is while Seth is in and out with the baby,
right? Because Seth would have been,
because it would have been the Shield.
Yeah,
it would have been the Shield.
So but in all means, because sometimes if you think about it, you come in with an ego,
right?
Roman Reigns come in, be like, listen, don't tell me something because you were a champ alone because there was nobody, and plus your family. You know what I mean? So I would want to listen to someone that doesn't have a tie.
Fair enough.
More than someone that has something where maybe to me you were a good indie wrestler. I don't know.
I feel like there's validity in both. One of them has the history, and the other one earned the right. You get what I'm saying? There's something to be learned from both.
Yeah, but I think our time is up. I'm looking at the engineer, but I don't know. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, we would have been here until 9 in the morning talking wrestling. But let us know because we're thinking about doing wrestling. Might not be us, but
a wrestle talk show on the
wrestle talk show. But I hope you guys enjoyed the little 3 stories we put. It's not all about sadness all the time, and it's fun. And wrestling's coming up. What's the next one?
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam is the next one coming up. So will Steph keep his belt? Will Roman Reigns finally lose it? Would the Usos get their tag team belts? These are all questions.
I mean, we'll see in the upcoming weeks what's going on. It's going to be a fun ride to SummerSlam. Second biggest event of the year.
Yes. So let's check it out. Again, tomorrow is SummerSlam, so we don't know what's going to happen with the Usos. Mm-hmm. I mean, not SummerSlam. SmackDown. The road to the SummerSlam. Yep. And who's going to cash in their belt, their box first? Who do you think? Could it be some Latino or could it be some Asian?
I think it's going to be Io. There's more opportunity there, especially with Charlotte coming back.
I think if your writers didn't think about it and you steal it, that's okay. But I think Io is going to try to do it, and guess who's going to mess it up for her?
Bailey, of course.
Bailey, of course. But anyway, I'm Charles Aloma, and this is my boy Will Smith.
Stop calling me second grade.
Will Davis from XY 101. Check it out. Next week's podcast. No, not next week. I'm sorry. The 2 more weeks. This week already came up. And 2 more weeks, they get deep into the woman battle thing. It almost turned into a battle of sexes type of thing.
Sometimes it happens when we let them be on the show.
Yeah, so check out that podcast on iHeartRadio, LDM radio station, and other places. So we'll see you next week. Check you out.